What's up? What's up? So I'm gonna tell two stories. So the first story is called Clouds in the Sky. So everyone was outside, in the neighborhood. They were eating ice cream. Some of them were drinking it. One could look up and see a blue sky, as blue as can be. The ice cream ranged from chocolate to mint, and it was a really special, sweltering day. The neighborhood, they chatted and stuff, and some of them brought up the news. And they didn't real a lot of them didn't like talking about the news, so they looked at him, for it was a guy, and they bitched at him. He started talking about politics. One got red in the face. They were already very troubled due to the heat. So they looked at him. He was talking and talking and talking. And then he ran around in circles because no one was listening to him. He had long finished his ice cream. You could see that there was sweat all over as clothes clung to him. He was running around in circles. And everyone started cheering him on. They started cheering him on. Some guy yelled, "This is amazing." Another one yelled, "This is a special day." And it turned into a rodeo, and then the people, they started swapping stories about what they hadn't seen on the news. So that's the first story. Um, I'm gonna. Okay, so the name is Clouds in the Sky. Okay, so the second story. Birds are fat and not. So somebody dropped a penny on the ground, and the penny looked back at the person. It was Abe Lincoln. The person looked at the penny and picked the penny back up, put it in their pocket, and said, "This is my penny forevermore." And Lord and behold, someone had witnessed the whole thing from a bush and while texting. And then everyone knew about it, and that same guy who started the whole thing, besides the other one who started the whole thing by dropping, found where he was and demanded the penny. And the guy was crying. He just started crying. They were both crying. And so the guy wouldn't. The guy who dropped wouldn't give the penny. Said no, no. So the other guy, he went over to his house and he ingested a bunch of poisons so he could gain immunity and thus be able to covertly poison the guy. So he was drinking bleach and some household cleaning products. And he went back to that guy, and he of course he found him, and he looked at him, and he was all green in the face, and he said, "I have a drink," and he gave him the drink, and the guy was like, "Well, what's in this drink?" Totally unsuspecting, and then he'd even wait for an answer and chug down the drink, and then he made a revolted face and started writhing on the ground, saying, "You are disgusting, and this is disgusting." And the other guy, he didn't even want the penny anymore. So he kind of watched for a little bit, and then he left. And he actually went to the hospital later that day. And that's the second story. Birds are fat and not.